Now to the Federal High Court, where the court has granted the former governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, bail in the sum of 500 million naira with two sureties in like sum. We'll bring you more details in this story, but let's go back to our lead story, where Olaide Oyewole is standing by for us. In the meantime, Justice Emeka Nwite of the Federal High Court granted Yahaya Bello bail in the sum of 500 million naira with two sureties in like sum after he pleaded not guilty to the 19 counts charge of alleged money laundering to the tune of 80 billion naira brought against him by the FCC. Celestina area has more.
At today's proceedings, counsel to the EFCC, Kemi Pinero, senior advocate of Nigeria, had moved an application for Mr. Bello to take his plea. Mr. Bello pleaded not guilty to the charges. Shortly after, Joseph Daudu, counsel to Yahaya Bello, apologized to the court for any impression that may have been created by Mr. Bello that he did not want to appear in court. He says Mr. Bello was challenging the jurisdiction of the court and it was not a willful disrespect to the court. While moving an application for bail, he assured that the former governor would always be present in court for the trial. I'm saying this with the highest sense of responsibility that the defendant, a two-term governor of Kogi State who traveled only twice out of his 8 years in service, will always be present in court at all times. Prosecuting counsel Kemi Pinero-san acknowledged that Rule 26 of the Rules of Professional Conduct that counsel to the defendant, who has given the assurances that the defendant will be available for his trial, subject to the discretionary terms imposed by the court. Mr. Pinero noted that though he had filed a counter affidavit, he would not oppose the bail, going by the assurances of Mr. Bello's lawyer. Following on the bail application, Justice Nwite granted him bail in the sum of 500 million naira with two sureties. The sureties must be landed property owners within the jurisdiction of the court. They must swear to an affidavit of means. The title deeds of the property must be verified by the court registrar. Mr. Bello was also asked to submit his national passport while he would remain in Kuje Correctional Center pending the perfection of the bail conditions. Celestina Area, TVC News, Abuja.
Well, the Court of Appeal Abuja Division has set aside all orders restraining the Central Bank of Nigeria as well as the Accountant General of the Federation from releasing funds to the Rivers State government. A three-justice panel presided by Haman Barka held that the subject matter wasn't within the court's jurisdiction relating to the revenue of the state. And while allowing the appeal of the Rivers State government, the appellate court also set aside all orders made by the lower court, that's Justice Joyce Abdul Malik, saying it was unconstitutional for her to make orders restricting the state government to receive funds due to the state from its consolidated revenue fund. The appellate court also held that the lower court overreached itself and doesn't have or didn't have the jurisdiction to entertain the matter. Elsewhere now, Governor of Taraba State, Agbo Kefas, is seeking the contributions of all stakeholders in the state, irrespective of their political affiliations, in building a dream state. The governor says his administration engages reputable partners in building critical infrastructure in the state. Senior reporter Owolabi Adenusi filed in this report.
This is the second edition of the Agbo Kefas interactive session with stakeholders. While addressing the meeting, Governor Kefas highlights the challenges confronting the state, including economic hardship, insecurity, and underutilized resources. He explains that significant projects have been recorded as solid foundation for progress.
These challenges have tested our resolve but have not diminished our potentials. But today, together we have made giant strides. Much more ahead of us. From the onset of my administration, we are focused on laying the solid foundation for progress.
The governor explained that the 2025 budget is crafted to move the state forward with key sectors like education, healthcare, agriculture and infrastructure getting the desired attention.
As we prepared for the 2025 budget, I want to share some insight with you. This budget is being crafted with a focus on sustainability, growth. We are prioritizing key sectors like education, healthcare, agriculture, and infrastructure.
One after the other, some commissioners and head of agencies briefed the meeting of their achievements so far.
This is the mechanization initiative of His Excellency, which has about 850 tractors. Of this quantity, we are in receipt of 475 of them, and we have commenced distribution of these tractors. But it is left open. Once you approach our office, you'll be able to get it. This is the record of all those that have been able to apply, and they have it.
We have improved school infrastructure. You can see from here, they remodeled Yamusala Secondary School. There has been renovation of students. There was also the renovation of the government comprehensive and temporary sites for the student to stay. One of our achievements is that presently, the state government pays over 80 million every month as running costs for head teachers and principals in Taraba State.
No stakeholder was left behind by the Agbukefas-led administration, as they all had the opportunity to air their views towards the state's development.